Everybody's bad and everybody's tough. But how many of y'all are intelligent enough to open your eyes and see through the lies? Discipline yourself to stay alive. Not many. That's why the universe sent me today in front of this camera with this to say. The rich will get richer and the poor will get poor. In the final hour, many heads will lose power. But what does the rich versus poor really mean? It means psychologically, you've got to pick your team. The rich get richer because they work towards rich. The poor get poor because their mind can't switch from the ghetto. Let go. It's not a novelty. You can love your neighborhood without loving poverty. Follow me, every son, daughter, mother, father. There's no need to fear the new world order, but first we must order this whole new world to pay us. This new world order and this old state chaos. The big brother watching over you, it's a lie, you see. You and I, we can have our own secret society, but first you and I have to unify and control our creativity. The rich get richer. So why we ain't richer? Could it be we still thinking like niggas? Educate yourself. Make your world view bigger. Visualize wealth and put yourself in the picture. Welcome to THiNK. Let me officially welcome you to THiNK, the Empowercast. I am your host, Alonzo Jennings III, and I'm here to give you a weekly video cast. Every Monday, I'm going to deliver something to you on this screen. Come visit me at YouTube, wherever you need to come. My website, Facebook, MySpace. Come see me and get some of this weekly soul food. THiNK, the Empowercast. So first things first, I'm here to just really talk to you about a lot of things that go through my mind, a lot of conversations that I have with other people, people who I consider wise, people that I consider gurus or griots, poets, entertainers, people that I respect. I'm actually bringing all that back to you weekly, my week, and hopefully can arouse you in some conversation as well amongst your peoples and your crowds and your networks. So that's why I'm here. First things first, the poem that I did and initially was, I first heard it in 1997 when I met KRS-One in San Jose, California. We met at the Agenda, or it was called The Spot. They changed the name so many times, but I believe it was called the Agenda. It may have been called The Spot at that time, 1997. Anyway, I met him, bought that CD from him. It was his last one. Met a few people that night. They were awesome. But when I put that track, that CD in my CD player, that was the second track. It's called Second Quarter Free Throws. It blew my mind. It made me rethink how I live. And that's what I'm here to do today, to challenge you to rethink. Now, my main purpose today is to tell you why I came up with the name THiNK for the podcast show. There are a lot of names on the table. Number one, there was the Empowercast, brought to you by the Powerhouse Network, which is my company. But it was too long. I couldn't have www.apowerhouse.com/Empowercast. That was just way too long. So I had to think of a name that would simplify. And I thought of, initially, the word think. I want to challenge you. My main point is to challenge you so you can think about your issues and your surroundings or your influences. And as a coach, when I work with my clients, all I'm doing is making them reshift their thought process. That's all I'm doing. So I'm now bringing what I've been trained to do, my practice, I'm now bringing it to people all over the world, all over the universe. If they got internet in space, which I believe they probably have, I think Google's everywhere. Anyway, so I wanted to think, what was the name on the table? And I said, yeah, think, that's a great name. But as I started thinking about the word think, I really want you to rethink. Like, I believe this to be true. I believe this is a fact, this is a myth, this is not true, this is true for me, this always is true for me. And with my work with clients as well, people say, this is why I believe, and I believe in this. And I think, okay, great. But why do you believe in that? And so what I want my clients to do is to reshift, but to rethink what they believe in. However, sometimes if I use the word rethink, I'm assuming that you or someone else has already thought about why they believe in some things. For example, this is just total example. This is fictitious. It's not real. Let's say I say, what's your favorite football team? You say, my favorite football team is the Oakland Raiders. And I said, okay, why do you like the Oakland Raiders? I like the Oakland Raiders because my father liked the Oakland Raiders. And I was raised with the Oakland Raiders. Okay, great. So it may or may not be your favorite team, but it's something that you inherited down. And that's on a simple level as football. Let's go to a little deeper level. What about politics? Are you a Republican? Why are you a Republican? I'm a Republican because my father's a Republican. Are you a Democrat? I'm a Democrat because my father's a Democrat. Something that was handed down that you inherited. Let's get deeper than that. Religion. Why are you a Christian? I'm a Christian because my mother was a Christian. My father was a Christian. Or I'm Catholic because my father were Catholic. So people adopt and they just inherit these beliefs. Now, those are pretty radical beliefs. I've talked about religion and actually, football teams and the whole nine. But those are pretty deep. Politics and religion. I'm not going to talk about that. But other things we inherited, like wealth and your habits around wealth. You do things because you inherit it from your fathers or your mother, or you saw someone do something. Example, poor, middle class, upper middle class, rich, and extreme rich. Those 6 classes of people. What I've recognized is, and I've talked to people in all these different categories, is that every bracket I've just mentioned has their own separate mentality. The extreme poor, when they live from day to day. They're in a survival mode that only allows them to live day to day. When the day passes, they say, whew, I survived that day. Bring on the next one. Woo, I ate today. Bring on the next day. That's the mentality of the extreme poor. With the poor, it may not be day to day. It may be 2 or 3 days to a week at a time. Wow, I can make it to this week. Well, I got enough potatoes in my sack now to make it to next week. Boy, I've got bread to, at least last me at the end of the day, but I got to last me 2 or 3 days. All right? That's the mentality. And each progression is a different mental shift. So from extreme poor to poor, from poor to middle class, they're living check to check, maybe 2 weeks at a time or month to month, whatever you want to do. That's what the middle class is there. Upper middle, they're living 3 months at a time. Surviving 3 months at a time. All right, I'm pretty stable. I'm kind of comfortable. Upper middle class. If I have a car accident or if I have my car needs work, I don't have any major, financial issues that'll hinder me from doing what I want to do. I can go on vacation. I can stop work for 3 or 4 weeks. I can do this. That's what the upper middle class can do. And then it's a mental shift of how long you can survive. So how about the rich? The rich can live years at a time, 1 to 5 years. I consider that rich. If they can survive without working for 1 to 5 years, they may not be extreme wealthy. When we get to extreme wealthy, you're talking about living decades or generational wealth. That's on a whole nother level where I plan to be, and hopefully you're planning to be there too. But it's a mental shift of how they think about their financial energy. So when you have your money, are you looking at how long you're going to take to spend this? How long can you keep this? Or how long can I have this or how can I make this money work for me so I don't have to make more of this money? It actually makes money for me. Shifts like that. And that's why I came with the name THiNK, because I want to make mental shifts or thoughts. Think, so think, so think, so think. How are you surviving? How are you putting things together? How are you pulling things apart? Think. Now, you may or you may not change what you believe in, but you thought about it. And now your stance in whatever you believe in, if you change or not, has a stronger foundation. And that's a win-win. That's it. My name's Alonzo Jennings III. It's been a privilege and a pleasure. I see the divine in you. So think. Don't forget to subscribe, rate me, and comment.